She's got a great ass! Hi, and welcome to the film podcast that nobody listens to. I am Brodey.
I'm David.
I'm Adam.
The special guest of the week, Adam, a.k.a. Lucifer Sam from filmtwitter.com.
Hi, my name is Adam, and I'm a very big fan of a movie that, I wish we would talk about, but, you said we couldn't. You scolded me before the show, and
yeah,
I understand.
No, you didn't hear me. I said The Heat, okay? This is the third time saying this joke, but I don't fucking care. I said The Heat, okay? Not the boring Michael Mann, ugh. No, we're talking about Melissa McCarthy, who is the comedic genius of the 21st century. I mean,
I saw that in theaters, too.
Wait, did you really?
Yeah, you should feel sad for me.
I do feel sad for you. That's fucking awful. I had never seen it. I will never fucking see it. David, have you seen that film?
I have. You know what? She's made a lot worse.
Yeah.
Melissa McCarthy's been some fucking awful movies.
Well,
she's not as bad as a lot of her other shit.
She made a movie called Tammy, I think, and that was my first ever drive-in experience.
Oh,
so I'm,
God.
Yeah, I know. I think I feel about that.
She just doesn't work.
Movies.
Yeah.
No.
Her movies are just, she doesn't do well in comedy. I feel like she would better suit herself if she tried more like, maybe a more serious, dramatic role, maybe, because she kind of seems like she would have that enthusiasm for it.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, comedy just doesn't work for her.
Well, her comedy is very specific. She's channeling her inner Curly from the Three Stooges, which I love the Three Stooges, so I'm not dogging them. But it's very specific, and it's very, ouch, I fell down and shit my pants. And
no, I'd argue she's trying to do the Chris Farley thing.
You know what?
Years later,
that's a good point. That's actually a really good point. But Chris Farley is Chris Farley.
Right.
Chris Farley was actually really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love Chris Farley.
Can you imagine if we saw his version of Shrek? It'd be so weird to hear Chris Farley as Shrek,
Can you imagine if he was still alive? Kevin James wouldn't have a career.
Yeah, we would never have to know who Kevin James was.
Oh my God, that's actually a good point, David. I'll give you a point for that one.
History has been so unkind to us.
Yeah, it really has. But yeah, not The Heat, because I've never seen that. We're talking about Heat, the very stone cold classic Michael Mann film that I think we all can agree is like phenomenal, right?
For sure, definitely.
Yeah, top 20 movie all time right there, probably.
Yeah. Well, it's Adam's favorite film and my favorite Michael Mann film by far. I mean, I haven't seen all the stuff. I know I need to, but Heat is like, just cinema to its core.
For sure. I got the Blu-ray sitting right in front of me actually right now.
I see mine right there too. It's at the edge of the bottom part of the shelf, so I can see them staring off, which is really cool.
Oh, you don't got the new one that just has Heat on the front?
No, I'm basic. I'm a basic ass bitch, apparently.
I go back and forth between Heat, Manhunter, and Thief because I think they're all pretty fucking great.
Bangers, man. Bangers, especially Thief. I love Thief. James Caan is my dude.
Oh, James Caan's a shit.
Yeah, he's one of those guys.
I love Thief as well. Probably, I would have to say, is probably like my top 5 favorite Mann movies. Because like the first time around, I thought it was a great movie, and I kind of had like one of those things like you watch it a couple of times and then you kind of get it.
Yeah.
But like even the first time around, something about the movie just really, like I enjoyed the movie, but something left me feeling a little bit cold, honestly. Because I just feel like I didn't get it too much. Because I feel like the movie was a little bit too top brow for me. But then I read somewhere in some interview that the movie was supposed to be some kind of critique on capitalism, and I just watched the movie again through that lens, and then it started to make sense. Everything started to click. I'm like, wow, this is just really cool. Like a lot of the subtle things I just didn't even pick up on, like how the movie just went completely in a direction I wasn't even knowing it was going in the first time around.
Well, isn't that neat when you watch a film, you're like, oh, that was cool, but then you read something about it, and it really just, like, completely blows your fucking mind. Like, oh, my God, No fucking way. You know, like I'm trying to think of an example, but I can't think of one at the moment. David, do you know what I'm talking about? Like when you watch something, then you hear something about it, like, oh, that kind of changes the game.
Oh, I mean, if you're talking about like having a certain expectation of movies because they have like a reputation.
Well, like,
so then,
yeah. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No. Go ahead. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Because I was gonna say Heat. Even before I ever saw it, I just always heard about still the first time Pacino and De Niro have ever been like in a scene together. And at that point, I had already seen Godfather 2, and I was like, wait a second, they don't have a scene. Like, it never clicked with me.
Yeah.
They have maybe the two greatest performances ever in a single movie.
Mm-hmm.
It hit me like, oh, that's right. They're not even in a scene together, you know?
That's so true. And they're both so good in Heat that I'm like, I always flip back and forth like who's better. I mean, Pacino is channeling his inner fucking insane Pacino, which I love, and De Niro is really quiet. I kind of like that he's just quiet.
Yeah.
This is De Niro's movie, I think.
Yeah.
For sure. I like, there's a lot of ways you can kind of view the movie. I hope you don't mind if I take the board right now.
Go ahead.
But, I like a recurring theme a lot in Michael Mann's movies because he's kind of like one of my favorite filmmakers. Like we were just talking about, like, you know, his movies and everything. Just they all have a really cool, just way about them, just how they operate.
Yeah.
Because Michael Mann is a very, you know, he's focused on aesthetics. He's focused on the world, like surrounding his characters just as much as the characters themselves. So backgrounds and everything and all that stuff are all detailed and whatnot. You can all talk about that for hours, but really he does put a special sense of that unseen just love and care into a picture that you don't see really often. And a great thing about Heat and many of Michael Mann's crime dramas is showing how good the profession of being a cop is at being essentially useless, like in the sense of crime fighting like this, like stopping bank robbers and stuff like this.
Yeah.
Because moments in Heat are based off of true events and the characters are, you know, based off of true people. The whole story itself of Heat is fictional. It's just a bunch of interweaving crime stories put together from people that Michael Mann talked to over the years. But mostly, though, you know, it kind of, you know, you could slap on a basically, you know, a based on true events label and it could probably ring true because in real life, there is no real way to kind of stop crime. And really, they're just making up everything on the spot. Yeah. And then that's a good thing that Michael Mann kind of goes over a lot with a lot of the procedural work in, you know, from the cops trying to stop crime throughout the movies because they're going through all these tactics and doing all these things. They're acting like they know things. And then they end up getting people killed, their own partners killed. And then they end up getting criminals get away and everything like that, you know?
Yeah.
So it's really cool, I guess, you know, just to circle back to what I was saying. But it's really cool just like how the world is built in that whole just area of just like the world has like these cops and these criminals just going after each other just one by one all the time. And it's so cool how Robert De Niro is just a silent character and Al Pacino is this loud, you know, very, very intense guy.
Yeah.
And the fact that they're so different, they attract each other, but yet they're never, ever, ever going to be friends with each other.
No.
And literally like on the opposite sides of, you know, in almost every way.
Yeah.
Exactly. And they're in this world of basically uselessness of crime fighting, and for what? Really, they're kind of going against human nature in a way. I feel like that's what the whole point of the movie is basically. Just everything in modern life just goes against human nature, I guess, because these two would really be great friends. They connect to each other at a moment in the movie.
Yeah.
when they talk about dreams, and then still, it just doesn't work out.
You brought up a good point with Michael Mann, because all of his films kind of have a simple plot line, but his filmmaking is so fucking good that it just elevates it to this like god tier status. Like Heat is very like you said, it's about a cop and bank robbers. I mean, yeah, it's very base. Every film could be narrowed down to bare basic bones, but Mann really elevates these stories with his style, which on paper he should be my favorite filmmaker because he's very noir, and I love noir, and his films are awesome and how great they are with film noir. But there's just others I like more than him. But still, like Mann is, I always say Mann is the man because he really is the fucking man. Like he is awesome. How you can
For sure.
Yeah,
Definitely.
which is ironic because in the film, technically Pacino wins, even though, like you said, the cops are useless. He still comes out on top, alive. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good point that you bring up. But again, I feel like it kind of plays into the part of like his loud and intensity, because really, there's a lot of moments in the movie where he really shouldn't be chasing after anybody. Like the whole bank shootout scene that spills out into the street, the most iconic scene in film history of all time, pretty much, or at least the most iconic action sequence, is really, it's so against police procedure. It's not even funny.
Yeah. Very
Hollywood. All of that is so against police procedure, but it so would happen with a police detective like Vincent Hanna running things to try to stop a bank robbing team, because he is adamant at getting his prey. So he does anything, including putting civilians' lives in danger, literally almost killing a girl in the arms of a man with a gun shooting at people to get away from him. So,
yeah,
whole point of him kind of getting his, getting his win at the end, it's really just a whole showcase of him just being this really brute. He's kind of a brute in a way throughout the whole story, because he's an asshole to everyone that try to defies him. And they obviously do have reason for it, because he's a screw up, and he's, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of that word. He prioritizes his police work over his family and his personal life and everything.
Yeah.
So it just creates a ton of just tensity all around him that he just is completely blind to, and he just rides on it and is just eternally angry, and he just shovels it all out on his police work, which is why he's so violent and so adamant at getting what he wants.
Now, I don't know what you guys think. Obviously, the movie boils down to Pacino and De Niro. The two opposite sides of the coin. I think my favorite performance in it is Val Kilmer. I think he fucking steals every scene that he's in.
Yeah, he's
great.
He really is.
Yeah, he is a good part of the movie. I like his performance.
He really channels his inner asshole for that movie. Like, I think he's just playing himself. He's like having fun. Like, man, I could actually like be like this in real life, but I would go to jail. So
the dynamic between he and his wife's really good. It's obviously like a subplot to the whole thing, but they're both great in it.
Yeah. No, all the performances are just like exceptional, even like the smaller bits. But I just can't get. I love that scene with Pacino screaming, "She's got a great ass." That is just one of the funniest things. I know I sound like a 13-year-old boy, but like it really is just, you don't see it coming at all, because it's like this interrogation, and he's just like, "She's got a great ass, and your head's all the way up it," or just whatever he said. It's like, man, that's just so funny. Like Pacino really has some comedic chops to him,
Right. I gotta hand it to, I think, what's his name, the actor in the chair? I think it's Hank Azaria. I think his name is. I would have just started laughing if I was him.
Wait, from The Simpsons?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Very same.
Wait, he doesn't. I don't watch The
and
Simpsons.
Also,
But does he voice Homer?
Birdcage.
I don't think so.
Let me see.
I think he's someone else on The Simpsons, but yeah, Hegazir, if I was him in that chair, I would just started laughing.
Oh, there's probably some bloopers with him just fucking losing it.
I was gonna say, in The Simpsons, he does like half the voices, but I don't think he's Homer. I think he's like Moe and a few other people.
Yeah, I never watched The Simpsons because I'm just. Oh yeah, John Voight, Ted Levine. I totally forgot all these people were in this movie. Holy shit.
I really like John Voight in this movie, even though he's not in a lot of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he talks really low. It's kind of weird. Like he's like, "Well, take it to the Camaro and 3 minutes 4 in the morning."
He loves to fucking talk like that. You know, he's been doing that for a long time. Just like Jeff Bridges talking like Rooster Cockburn since he's been in that fucking movie. He's talked like that in every goddamn movie. I can't even do it. It's so weird. It's like Tom Hardy, but like worse. I don't know why he does that all the time.
Well, you know what? I guess I'll take it over his old voice that he used to have, like back in like Deliverance or Midnight Cowboy days. God. He could just kind of sounded like Mr. Potato Head a bit.
He's in a great movie with it's about a train. I forgot the name of it with him and Eric Roberts. I gotta look the name, but it's like a crazy like runaway train thriller and they're criminals. Hold on, let me see. John Voight. Actually, I'll just look it right here. John Voight. It's fucking insane. It's like let me see here.
But his performance in Heat is pretty cool. He kind of makes great for that character that's just really mysterious, that does all the hookups and you just don't know why or how he does it. But he's just like this really insane guy that you just don't ask questions about because his wardrobe is even questionable. I mean, John Voight in Heat is great for just the one reason, because everyone else in the movie has like blue, blacks, and grays on, and he just sprawls out of his fucking house with like a cream suit with like a fuchsia shirt. Like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? I know it's LA, but everyone else here is in a black suit.
If this was made in 2022, he'd be wearing Supreme. Now that would be funny.
Yeah. He's like the most out there character in the movie, and Tom Noonan is in it, in a freaking chair next to a satellite. So, what does that tell you?
God.
Which, by the way, Tom Noonan is great in the movie, too.
Yeah.
Just like his one little scene. Obviously, he's from Manhunter as well.
Manhunter's awesome. I remember watching that, like...
Absolutely.
I kept hearing, like, oh, this is the before Silence of the Lambs, and I'm like, okay, and I watched it. I'm like, this is fucking awesome. I wish he did more of these. Like, I forgot the author's name. Like, imagine if he did Silence of the Lambs.
Oh yeah, that would have been cool.
Thomas Harris.
Yeah, something like that. Dude, David, imagine if he made Silence of the Lambs. How crazy that'd be. That'd be fucking
great.
Which the movie's already good.
I will say, I mean, not to like go off on a tangent. I do want to talk about Manhunter for a second because
no, you're good.
Talk about it, man. Talk about it.
Oh, I will say, because I think I saw Red Dragon before I saw Manhunter.
Oh,
Brett Ratner.
Like, there are things in Red Dragon that I like. I don't think it's that bad. There are things in it that are good.
Yeah.
I remember watching Manhunter in contrast and realizing that it's almost a direct rip-off of it, you know? It's almost like beat for beat, shot for shot, but without the style.
Yeah.
And like no substance whatsoever. God damn it. I mean, Michael Mann should have had that whole trilogy to himself.
Yeah.
Oh, and, absolutely.
Even though Silence of the Lambs is
like the complete opposite of plays Hannibal like the complete opposite of I'm sorry, his name's not coming to me.
Anthony Perkins. Anthony Hopkins.
Plays it completely different, very reserved. I feel like Hopkins is very like, you know, out there, which is fine for what it is. I like that Brian Cox did it the complete opposite. I don't know. I just think I don't know if people talk about that one. William Peterson's also really great in it.
Even though I just think of CSI when I see that motherfucker, I just can't help but seeing that god awful fucking show whenever I see his face.
Oh, I think of him being the dad in Fear. I don't know if you've seen Fear.
I have not seen that. What the fuck is Fear?
Reese Witherspoon. Yeah,
I'm looking that up.
That's the movie that Mark Wahlberg freaking and Reese Witherspoon, right?
He like fingers her like on a roller coaster or something. That's all I remember.
Yeah. Ferris wheel. No, it's a roller coaster.
It's on HBO Max. I'm not.
Oh wait, is it? I don't even remember now.
Alyssa Milano.
It's not important, honestly.
Yeah,
Christopher.
I know
Columbus?
Alyssa Milano was in it too.
Oh wait, I'm thinking of someone else. Never mind.
But yeah, Brian Cox is to get back to that little thing. Brian Cox's Hannibal in Manhunter is really no disrespect on Anthony Hopkins whatsoever, because he is a great actor and I love his Hannibal performance too, but reserved psychopaths really are more creepy at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And Brian Cox just delivers that perfectly well. I mean, I wouldn't go near either Hannibal in any situation, but Brian Cox definitely seems like the more intimidating one for just a slight reason that he seems like a normal guy, but he's not.
Sense. It makes sense that, like, 'cause I didn't really know that Anthony Hopkins was more of a stage actor before that, even though he had been in a few things. That his performance is way more. Well, it's like more performative. It's more grand, and it's probably because he's used to doing that like on a stage in front of people and whatnot. So
yeah,
that's probably why it's a little more, like on an 11. On a scale of 1 to 10, he's at an 11. That's what his performance is, and Brian Cox is like the complete opposite.
I prefer Mads Mikkelsen though as Hannibal.
Oh, I love Mads Mikkelsen.
I haven't even seen the show. I need to see the show.
He's a good combination of both, I would say. He's kind of quiet and reserved, while also when he gets crazy, he gets Hopkins. But it's Mads Mikkelsen, or Mads Mikkelsen. He's fucking awesome in everything.
Mads Mikkelsen is arguably the scariest one because he's younger than both of them. Oh my god,
he's
when
so
he
scary.
Runs after people, it's fucking terrifying.
Yeah, Adam, it's a good show. Season 3, unfortunately, the first half is like grade A ass. I don't know what happened. It is just, but the second half is good.
Half where they get into the Red Dragon story, that's really good.
It's like a whole different fucking season. Why? I don't understand the choices they made for season 3. Like season 2 ended on a high note, and I got to season 3. I'm like, man, it felt like I just hit a brick fucking wall hard. It's just like, why is this so boring? Why are they in Italy? Why? It's so boring. I don't get it.
Yeah, it sounds like season 2 of Twin Peaks.
I still need to see Twin Peaks. Damn it.
Season 2 of Twin Peaks. It starts off great, like the first handful of episodes, and then it gets like progressively shit for like the middle, and then it gets good again when David Lynch came back for the final couple of episodes.
I gotta watch that because Dan O'Hurley, he's in that, and that's my boy.
It sucks because he only shows up during the worst
Which you
part
told me,
of the
and
show.
I wish you didn't tell me, because now whenever he shows up, I'm like, oh, this is the shitty part of Twin Peaks, which I don't care. It's fine.
I'm sorry.
No,
his plotline though really is terrible. Like they couldn't have come up with something more boring.
David, have you seen Twin Peaks?
I have, like 15 years ago. I need to rewatch it. I didn't see The Return. Or
15
whatever.
years ago? You were like 10. What do you mean?
Dude, you have to understand.
I know you.
I was raised by a single mom. I was left home alone all day to watch whatever the fuck I wanted to.
Man.
Yeah,
Nice.
okay, makes sense.
Nice. I gotta watch Twin Peaks.
You're poor.
I saw Requiem for a
developing
Dream
mind.
when I was like 8 years old.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
I thought I was fucked up growing up.
I wouldn't even allow that. Like, if there was an 8-year-old near me and they wanted to watch Requiem, I'm like, no, never. You should never ever watch this. Not even when you get older. No.
You need to watch the Dare program. That's for you. Little quick side story. When I was in elementary school and the DARE program came to my school, and they gave us all books about drugs, and the cover of the book was a lamp. And for some reason, I thought, so drugs are lamps. So I was really confused to why that was the cover, because for the longest time, I'm like, so lamps are bad because lamps are drugs, because I was a dumbass third grader. They didn't explain it very well, and that's why I grew up and kind of indulged in a little bit of marijuana in my college days. A little bit.
Oh my god.
Thanks, Dare. You did a great job.
DARE program was a joke. I had that stuff in school. We had a dude come into the classroom, and he was like a former police officer, but now he worked for DARE. And he showed us this great promotional video of like, some teen or whatever, being pressured.
Yeah.
Into taking drugs, and this giant, this lion comes by with DARE written on his shirt.
The mascot,
and he says, Yeah, he says this shouldn't be happening, and picks up the guy that's trying to pressure drugs onto someone, and just picks him up and fucking throws him, and just leaves the shot, just gone, and then zooms in on Tiger's face and says, "This is why you shouldn't do drugs." And then in the end, I'm like,
It's like a South Park parody.
what did I learn from that? Like a tiger is gonna just come and just hurl someone that tries to push drugs on me?
Literally.
Great, thank you.
That'd be so funny. You're just trying to buy some weed and your dealer gets tossed by a giant fucking tiger lion in a shirt that says Dare. Damn it.
I'm
Fuck
like,
you, Dare Lion.
I'm running.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Fuck Dare. We got really off topic.
Yeah, we did. We were talking about Heat, I think.
No, dude, we're not talking about the Heat. God damn it. We're talking about Heat, and that's the fourth time I made this joke, and I don't care because no one listens to us. And I'm not funny. I know David doesn't think I'm funny.
Oh, I listen to you.
You are hilarious,
David,
bro.
you never laugh at my jokes. Ever.
Your Batman takes are hilarious, trust me.
Oh, dude, we're saving this for this weekend's episode, so I do not want to get into it. Plus, Adam's never seen the Batman. I don't want to spoil it for him.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. I want to though. I think I really, if I can, I'd love to go into the theaters to see it, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Well, if you got HBO Max, it comes out April 19th on. I mean, I know it's literally a month and 12 days from now.
Wait.
But
HBO Max is gonna get it? Okay, I'll wait for that. I don't care.
April. I'll see it 3 more times by the time it comes out by then. I'm seeing it twice this week with my brother and another friend.
Like 40 hours of your life, bro.
Dude, I watched 9 hours of Batman this weekend. I watched The Long Halloween, which is fucking incredible, by the way. Both films, and then Batman twice. Hell yeah. And Batman Returns. So actually 11 hours.
Get a life, dude.
I need to touch some grass, but it's kind of wet outside. It's fucking soaking out there, man.
Yeah, I can't go outside either. It's overcast and it's freezing rain right now. I'm like, I don't want to go out there.
And David's enduring the nice snowy weather, covered in mountains and beautiful scenery that looks like a postcard out in sunny California.
No, it's so bad right now. It's like 76 and like sunny. It's
horrible. Fuck yourself. It is 39 degrees right now, and I hate my life.
It's freezing, dude. It's 76. I need to put on a coat. Freezing out here.
Who says that?
This dude could go outside in a light jacket and still buy weed for free. Not for free, but legally, you fucking asshole.
For free, yeah.
I mean, you could get it for free.
You guys can't do that?
No, Ohio is just medical.
I know you're in Ohio, Brody. Where are you, Adam?
New York.
Oh,
so
okay.
No, we do have dispensaries, but they're not anywhere near here at the moment.
Wait, it is? I thought you said it was medical.
Well, they do have medical places, but how do you say the dispensaries have more opened up on like hell, no one listens to this podcast anyway. Excuse me.
Literally.
No, but like Indian reservations have more done opening up dispensaries like rather than common areas because they don't have to go through legal red tape. I'm gonna guess. Yeah. Because like there's a lot of businesses that are still trying to open shit up around here.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't know if you disallow swearing.
Did you not hear me say the F word like 6 times already?
You know what? Just trying to be polite on your podcast.
Quit being fucking polite, you goddamn son of a bitch. And why can't we be like Oregon? Oregon just legalized everything. It said, you know what? Fuck it. Have a party.
I know, right? Well, it's funny. They decriminalized and then they legalized. Like, they went through the steps for some reason. It took like a 2-year thing.
They said, fuck it. Life is too short. Just do drugs. Dare.
I love...
Oh, my gosh.
But yeah, I think it's like a whole bunch of legal red tape things because it's like it's free. I mean, it's good to use for recreational use now around here, but like still like sales permits and stuff is a completely different story.
Right. But back to Manhunter. I want to say sort of a hot take. I do like Brian Cox as Hannibal. I'm not saying he's bad, but he just comes off as like a librarian in a way to me. Like he's just like smart.
To
Well, he
me,
is a
it's just one of those
psychiatrist.
things where I believe Brian Cox more as a real person because I'm like, that serial killer could be just any guy.
Which is a good point. That's a really good point.
Scarier, which is why
Yeah.
I think his. I mean, I prefer Anthony Hopkins, but I think Brian Cox is great too.
He's a good actor in general.
Mm-hmm.
He's great in Succession.
I always confuse him for the head guy in Men in Black. That is Rip Torn. I always confuse them.
Rip Torn, yeah.
I don't know why I always confuse them. I always think that's Brian Cox, but no, that is Rip Torn, who is a good actor. And I love Men in Black 1 and 3. 2 is ass.
I've not seen any of them.
Bro, watch the first one. It's great.
You guys should watch Super Troopers. Brian Cox is really good in that.
That is a great movie.
I've not seen that either. I feel left out now.
Or you know what? The Bourne trilogy. I think he's great in the Bourne trilogy too.
I'm gonna say
Yeah,
Adam,
he
and I have
is.
never seen those. Any of them.
Bourne trilogy's pretty good.
You got it.
Wait, is that the one with Jeremy Renner?
No, the fourth one. That one's terrible.
No. Stay away from that one.
Let's make a Bourne movie without Matt Damon and see how that works out. Great idea.
I think it was an attempt at doing a James Bond franchise.
It's like making a Halloween movie without Michael Myers. Like how
that sounds like a great fucking idea because Halloween Kills was grade A ass cheeks. Ass cheeks.
But it's better than Season of the Witch, right? At least Michael's in it.
Wait, what's Season of the Witch? I think you're referring to Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
Yeah, it's a terrible movie. It's not worth discussing, honestly.
Oh my gosh, I'm gonna kill him. Speaking of Michael Mann, let's go back to Heat because we kind of went off track a little bit with Heat.
Kinda.
I think we can all agree that the diner scene is the best scene, right? Or am I just crazy?
Diner scene.
I love
is
the
up there.
downtown like machine gun battle. Honestly,
Which is the best shootout scene ever?
no, of all time.
Of all
There's
time,
not
there is
even
no
close.
other. Yeah, hell yeah. I can't even think of a second one, honestly. Let me look at my shelf.
Not one that comes close to that. Like maybe T2 something, but aside from that, like straight up.
You mean
shootout,
Trash 2?
You did not just say that about Terminator 2.
Okay, it's not trash. I just don't. I'm not a fan of those
that's right.
films. It's a good
James
3 out of 5.
Cameron hater. James Cameron hater.
I hope Avatar 2 flops hard, so they just get rid of the 3.
Half of James Cameron movies blow, but T2
Yeah,
is
they
like
do.
an all-timer.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like James Cameron movies, they regularly don't do anything for me. Like especially, I mean, I think it's one of his most controversial ones, but still, I watched The Abyss a long time ago. And
That's my favorite of his.
It's sad because the ending sucks.
Yeah, and he almost killed Ed Harris too, which is really fucked up.
Yeah. Michael Biehn is great though in the movie with his giant caterpillar mustache.
Can we agree that Titanic sucks?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. I
Okay,
mean, it's
good.
not as bad as Avatar.
Yeah, Avatar. My God, I fell asleep watching that in theaters. Literally.
Everyone goes on about the effects, and they were great for 2009. But even in 2009, there was movies with just as good effects. I think. I mean,
Yeah, it's not
honestly,
better.
it's blue people in a jungle.
It's
How the fuck
Pocahontas.
hard is that?
It's Pocahontas, but with blue aliens and Zoe. What the
Yeah.
fuck's her name? And who's a good actress, and she's in a lot of good things.
And the-
Zoe Saldana.
Yes, thank
The
you. I'm
lead
sorry.
character's name is Jake Sully.
What a.
Jake Sully.
It's
What
played
a
by
horrible
Sam Worthington. Is
name.
that his name? The most bland actor since Jai Courtney.
Oh God, Jake Courtney.
Oh my God.
His face is
They
instantly
really pushed the
recognizable
Jai
in a
Courtney
movie.
agenda.
Wait, what?
Ugh.
They really pushed Jai Courtney to try to be like a big star on us, and I'm glad that we
Yeah, they
outright
did.
rejected him.
His best role is Boomerang Guy in James Gunn's Suicide Squad because he's in it for like 3 minutes. Spoilers, and he just gets his
Say
ass
the
blown
opening
up.
scene.
It's great.
Yeah.
It was fucking wonderful. Like, yes, thank you. Even though he looked better in that one than the other one. Captain
Jai
Boomerang.
Courtney was in Die Hard 5, which I also saw in theaters, unfortunately. And
Wait, they made a 5th one?
yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
I shouldn't even have told you about it
Well, I'm
because
not going to watch it because I don't care.
it's so bad. Like I know your feelings on the Die Hard series, and like the point is, like with Die Hard, like it's popular movie.
Yeah.
It's a good action movie.
Yeah.
It really is, because it's it's kind of like the first of the few that really started like the middle-aged, middle-class man kind of being the action star instead. So it's kind of cool. Like that starts there, so that movie has that original idea going for it. And plus, John McTiernan is just a really good action director, and the story is simple and great, and it works well within the movie.
And Alan Rickman.
And Alan Rickman, definitely. And I like Die Hard 2 and 3 as well. They're good.
Yeah.
There's some good comfort action movies, but fourth one and fifth one is, man, I tell you, it's confusing as plot and just nothing. It's just purely nothing of a movie.
I think Jack Courtney's in Terminator 5.
Yeah.
Terminator Genesis.
Yeah.
I've never seen any of the sequels. I've only seen the first two. I've never seen any of the Terminator sequels because I don't give a fuck.
They are not worth it.
Dark Fate. Dark Fate isn't terrible. It's like whatever.
Dark Fate.
Yeah, that's the most recent one where they actually brought back
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Sarah Connor.
Jamie Lee Curtis. Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Wait, what's her name? Legacy sequels now.
What's the young blonde woman's name? She's in Blade Runner 2049. Aunt Tully. What is her fucking name? She's awesome in Blade Runner 2049. What is her fucking name? Hold on.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Mackenzie something.
From that AMC show, *Halt and Catch Fire*,
which I need to see.
I don't know who we're talking about, so I'm a blank here.
Hold on. I'm on Wikipedia. Blade Runner. I cannot type when I need to. 2049. Let's see here. Cast.
Say though,
Mackenzie Davis.
As long as you guys brought it up, Die Hard is definitely not a Christmas movie.
Oh, I'm not even going to debate this because that's stupid.
Because it's so obviously not a Christmas movie.
Just because it takes place on Christmas doesn't mean it's a Christmas movie. It doesn't have the Santa Claus bullshit in it.
It's not a Christmas movie.
Which, David, before you assume I don't like Die Hard, I do like Die Hard. I just don't like 80s action films because people love to just get fucking hard as a rock for 80s action films. And I'm like, they're cool.
And they're just cartoony. They're not like anything amazing or anything. They're just cartoon. The only one that I actually do think is pretty fucking great is Predator.
I agree.
Yeah. I like Predator a lot. Predator, it's so cool. Like, it gets so near the end, it gets so tense.
Yeah.
Like, it's unreal how tense it gets.
Yeah. It's great. I agree. That's probably the best of the popular 80s action films.
Another John McTiernan film, too. So...
Did you guys know that...
He's a great director of action.
What's it called? Commando with Arnold?
Uh-huh.
Good action film. Die Hard was supposed to be a sequel to that film, and they just made Die Hard, I guess. Or I may be wrong, but I remember reading that a long time ago, but I could be wrong. The internet does lie.
I don't know. I don't know, Brody. I think we have to do one on action movies eventually. I'd bring up specifically Predator, it being my favorite action movie. There's a lot of shit in the background of the making of that movie. It's kind of insane.
No, it's a good one.
Van Damme was supposed to be the Predator. I don't know if you've heard of that one.
Like in the suit, or like he was supposed to be just like the Predator.
In the suit, like he was. He was the Predator, but it was a different suit.
Let me see what my favorite. I gotta look up my favorite list and look at my favorite action film because I actually cannot think of one right now. Because I guess the Dark Knight.
Right?
I guess the Dark Knight, since that's the first one that came up. No,
I don't really consider Dark Knight like a straight up action movie.
You know what?
There's so much shit that goes on in it.
I got one. Sicario.
Yeah.
Sicario.
Again, I don't know.
I don't consider that a straight up action movie either.
Yeah, I don't know. It does have a lot of action, but I don't know if I could consider it action. But then that gets into a gray area, though, I guess, with genres.
You guys are fucking killing me. I'm looking at my... Oh, Indiana Jones!
I'll tell you what.
Indiana Jones. Got it.
Oh, there you go. Indiana Jones.
Temple of Doom specifically. I love that fucking one the most.
Really? Temple of Doom?
Yeah.
I mean, I like it a lot, but that's usually the most unpopular one.
Listen, man. I was like 7 years old, and I had the VHS, and my parents weren't home, and I've seen Raiders. Wait, no. My parents said to watch Raiders, and I didn't listen, or I just put the wrong one in. I watched Temple of Doom first because it was the first one I watched, and when that motherfucker, spoilers, gets his heart ripped out, I was like, holy shit! Like my little mind was blown. I'm like, holy shit, this is fucked up. Of course, I was scared for like ever, but it always stuck with me. That movie fucks hard, and the other two are good. And Crystal Skull is, you know what? It doesn't exist. It's in the trash with T2.
I've only seen Raiders, so I need to see the rest of them.
I'm sorry I gave a little spoiler.
Last Crusade is really good.
Last Crusade's great. You know what? It sucks that Spielberg decided to go back and ruin a good trilogy with Crystal Skull, because that movie is just fucking... I don't understand. I don't.
What I've been told, Spielberg had a different idea for the movie, and it was George Lucas's idea to make Crystal Skull what it was. I think Spielberg had a different idea for it.
He became a little bitch and just gave in to George Lucas. I'm sorry. I love Spielberg.
Yeah, it's George Lucas who went back and ruined what was a perfect trilogy.
Yeah.
Did it before.
Fucking Star Wars guy, of course.
Yeah. God fucking damn it. Now they're making a fifth one with James Mangold, which I'm honestly curious to see what that's about.
James Mangold's like a really good director.
He is.
So I'm excited.
And Mads Mikkelsen is in it. Mads Mikkelsen's in it. So, hell yeah.
Mads Mikkelsen. Yeah.
I was worried that Chris Pratt would be the new Indiana Jones. Remember that rumor a few years ago?
Oh my god.
That was terrifying.
Like, I've always had this theory that when Spielberg unfortunately passes away, they're going to remake Jaws and fucking Chris Pratt's going to be Brodey. I'm putting money on that right now. That's going to happen, and I'm going to kill myself over and over again.
Oh my... Yeah, the cast.
You need somebody with some real charisma to play Indiana Jones. Like,
yeah,
I'm sure there's an actor out there who could do it. It certainly is not Chris Pratt, though.
Just do a new character. Do something original.
Yeah, right.
Like Uncharted.
I hate remakes and reboots and all that crap. It just all sucks.
Ugh, except for the Batman. That's actually like, you know what? Hell fucking yeah. That was 3 hours of me saying hell fucking yeah. The entire time I was just like, hell yeah, this is my shit. My shit. You know what? It kind of reminded me of Michael Mann in a way. I got some Mann vibes from it.
Rolling.
Especially with the cinematography.
This is a rank for
Can you guys hear me?
Collateral.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we can hear you.
Hold on 1 second.
You're good. I'm going to pause it real quick.
Yeah. What's your opinion on Collateral for you guys? Because I think that's a banger, and I feel like Tom Cruise really showed out in that one.
I haven't seen it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
It is...
I'm sorry I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, I guess I'll take the board on this. Collateral is great. It's Tom Cruise for one thing. First off, that has to be addressed. Tom Cruise as a villain is something that needed to happen for ever, basically, in cinema, because he is great as his role as, you know, a deadly assassin with no morals, essentially. And his gray hair is a little bit of a throw off at the beginning, but then you kind of get used to it because it kind of helps to make his character seem more kind of like a gray man in a sense, not in the, you know, literal sense like of the color, but like a gray man, and sort of like he blends in with the surroundings and everything. You don't really see him when he comes by, like assassins should be.
I was gonna say, Michael Mann's movies, they really have a very specific look to them, and that one has maybe my favorite outside of his movies. Like, I love the cinematography in that one. Mm-hmm. The way LA looked at night on there, it looks so good. It looks great.
Yeah. I especially love Collateral because it kind of shows Mann more moving into his handheld era of filmmaking. Like, he just made Ollie like a couple years before that with Will Smith, which is a very good movie. And a lot of the scenes in there are like handheld shots, but really he gets more into it because Collateral is more of an action-oriented film, obviously. With Ollie, you know, you got boxing scenes and everything, and those are very intense, by the way, to note. But he starts getting more into, you know, like handheld action sequences, especially, you know, since he started shooting mostly on digital. in the early 2000s, so you can be more nimble and quick and shoot more footage with your cameras. So Collateral has this really loose and kind of like electric feel, along with the look that you were, kind of describing.
And I really like the dynamic between Jamie Foxx and Tom Cruise in it too. I feel like they're both very believable. I could believe that Tom Cruise is based on a real killer out there somewhere. Like, I don't know, he's so good. I love the whole jazz tie-in and how much he loves it. It's just like a nice little niche to the character. I don't know who added that. I don't know if that was Tom Cruise's idea or Michael Mann's, but I loved it.
Right. It's another Michael Mann movie too. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
No,
go ahead, finish.
I was going to say it's another Michael Mann movie too, where like the main two protagonists are basically, whatever, antagonist and protagonist, however you want to look at it. They're both like polar opposites that theoretically possibly could get along, maybe. I mean, Collateral doesn't get too much into the second part of that, could get along, but they are definitely polar opposites, and they're colliding in their own worlds at the moment, and it's not going well, basically.
And you know what too is that one thing that I really have to thank Collateral and Michael Mann for is that Mark Ruffalo's performance in it is the reason why David Fincher casted him in Zodiac. And I mean, that is one of my favorite movies.
Nice.
True. Wow, yeah, I forgot about that. It's weird too.
I think he saw him in it and was just like, yeah, he's the one to play this role.
Since Brodey hasn't seen it, I don't want to spoil anything. But Mark Ruffalo's performance in the movie is really, really good, especially for one specific point that I don't want to say anything about. But I think David will probably get what I'm talking about if he just nonchalantly, like just one specific point in the movie that's kind of like a turning point, something happens.
I think I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, a specific turning point doesn't have much to do with his performance, more just an action with his character, but like just it's so integral to the movie in such a way. It's amazing how it happens. It's just so offbeat and you wouldn't see it coming, but it just does, and it's just like, oh shit, what the fuck are we gonna do now?
Yeah, it seems like Michael Mann does a really good job of getting the best out of his actors. He does a great job of it, obviously.
We should thank Michael Mann, too, because if it wasn't for him, we would not have our MCU Hulk. So thank you, Michael Mann. We really appreciate your services to cinema.
Oh, yeah, I forgot Mark Ruffalo is Hulk.
I have to ask this since we're on Michael Mann, and Adam already knows how I feel about this movie. David, what are your thoughts on... holy shit, it just slipped up. Miami Vice, or the movie with Colin Farrell fucking the entire time. What do you think of that movie?
What's funny is I saw that in theaters. I was so fucking young.
Wait, really?
I haven't seen it since.
Oh
but
my god!
I remember liking it, and I know a lot of people don't. I do remember liking it, but again, it's been a while.
I think it's okay. It's okay.
It's a weird movie.
It's just Colin Farrell fucking with bad exposition. The entire movie. I watched it with a friend who I didn't even want to pick it. He picked it randomly. And we watched him like, what is this? What is this about? It's terrible exposition. And then Colin Farrell is with this girl for like 36 years, it feels like. And he's fucking her over and over and over with a bad mullet. I'm like, what is this? What is going on? I'm so confused.
It's a couple years after Collateral, right?
2006, I think. Let me look it up. I don't know.
So 3 years, yeah. It's an okay movie. It's a lot of people on film Twitter want to really stout it as Michael Mann's best. Like a lot of people just start 5-starring it and watching it all the time, and I don't get it. But it's an easy 7 out of 10. It's okay.
Easy
I guess.
5 out of 10 for me. Easy. It's 2006. You guys are right. And
I mean, I don't know if you guys ever watched the original show or whatever.
No, I haven't.
I have not.
Completely different vibe. That's why when I remember I'm like, wow, I can't believe they chose Michael Mann to direct this movie of all things. It's just not his style at all.
No, it's
Very
Even
weird.
though he was an executive producer on the original Miami Vice series.
Yeah.
wow. Yeah, it's just
He
enough
was
for me, dog.
he was in with all like that stuff back in those days. He like produced TV movies and stuff like that and television shows before he really got able to make stuff. Like he actually was supposed to make a television show called LA Takedown, which actually became Heat later on. Heat is actually sort of a finished product of what was supposed to be LA Takedown, and it was supposed to be a series about, cops and bank robbers. And actually a pilot was made that sort of kind of resembles like some of the plot of Heat, and it was kind of how you say turned down. So it never saw the light of day because it's really not very good by common consensus, because a lot of people do like Michael Mann, whatever.
Mhm.
But it is very early on when he just started picking up a camera, so it is very rough around the edges. So I kind of see why it didn't get picked up. But it's kind of cool to see Heat in the early stages, but it's very hard to find online though. So good luck if you ever want to search for it.
That's wild. I know you told me that before, but it's cool we got Heat. It really worked out because Heat is his masterpiece, like I think by far.
Yeah, he initially God, who was the name for it? I can't what's his name? I can't remember his name. The guy who directed The Driver from 1978 with
Walter
Ryan
Hill?
O'Neal. Walter Hill, yeah. Initially Michael Mann
the one
wanted
the director of the Warriors too, right? Isn't that Walter Hill?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, he initially wanted him to direct Heat,
That'd have been
actually.
interesting.
But then, stuff with that happened and that didn't work out, so Michael Mann just ended up making it himself, which I'm very glad about,
Walter Hill's
honestly.
a very indie director. I don't know how it would have worked for him.
Yeah. Plus, he has a cool style, but him and Michael Mann don't really jive, I don't think.
Yeah, Walter Hill's
Like,
very
especially-
70s,
I wouldn't think so.
Definitely. Like, especially The Driver, like the movie I just mentioned, is probably like his most Michael Mann type flick because it's like a crime car chase type flick, but it's very, 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 very non like a crime car chase movie though. Like
No.
it's an early version of Ryan Gosling's Drive.
No,
basically.
you beat me to it. You know who should have directed Heat is Nicholas Winding Refn. Now that would have been a fucking film.
Awful fucking.
I was waiting for you to say something. Oh man. I mean, Drive is basically Heat but better, right, David?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Sure.
David doesn't
Let's
like
go with
Drive.
that.
I forgot about that. He loves. What is it? What's the one that you like though? What's the Winding Refn film that you like?
The Neon Demon is my favorite.
Neon Demon's okay. Bronson is okay, and I
gotta see
kind of
that
don't
one.
like the rest of them. But I will say though, Only God Forgives is like the worst thing I've ever seen put on film.
Bad dialogue.
Oh,
Very bad dialogue.
God, yes. What the fuck?
One of the worst movies I've ever. I mean, don't get me wrong. The cinematography is nice.
And
That
the
is
music.
the only good thing.
Wait,
about
the
that
music.
movie.
The music's good too. Okay, Clint Martinez always delivers.
It's all bad.
I gotta tell you, the mom character is
Man,
especially
that
the
movie.
worst character I probably ever seen. Her dialogue is awful, like obviously, but like the film's trying to be like her dialogue's awful on purpose because we're smart and this is auteurist bullshit. It's like no, this is pretentious. She talks about her sons and whose dick is bigger. It's like, is this supposed to be like cringe purposefully or just gross? Like Eli Roth wrote this while jerking off watching torture porn. I mean, it's just it felt so like pretentious. So yeah, I agree with you guys with that one.
I forgot Eli Roth is one of your favorites, huh?
I always bring him up in every episode, so I must actually secretly like him. Like, what's her face loves Arnold and Hey Arnold. Helga, is that her name? Fucking Helga.
Helga.
Yeah.
I didn't
think
watch
so.
that one as much. I watched more Cartoon Network than Nickelodeon. Clearly,
I don't remember watching Hey Arnold much, but I know that intro.
that
I
intro's
know that
dope.
intro,
That's a
like,
great
not-
intro.
You just can't not know that intro.
Yeah.
If you were if you were a kid growing up in the 90s, 2000s, and had access to television.
Rugrats had a very good opening. I love the music in Rugrats. It's very nostalgic for me.
This entire podcast, 30% of it has been about hate.
That's how every episode goes. We talk about something, then we just veer off into like how David hates Griffin and I don't like Eli Roth. It happens like every episode, it feels like, but it's okay. We gotta think.
Adam, are you a fan of
This
Tarantino?
is fun.
Oh, please don't. God damn it.
Oh no. Yes, I am a fan of Tarantino, sort of. Yeah.
Well, I mean, at least you have some taste, because
Wait,
he's awful.
Didn't you want a new co-host? Because what did I say again? What was the tweet that you quoted me and said that? I don't remember.
Yeah, I said I'm looking for a new co-host.
No, but what did I say? I don't remember what I said.
What did you say?
Yeah, what did I say?
I think something to the effect of the Batman is better than the Dark Knight.
No,
if I'm not mistaken.
It wasn't that. Because I took your same tweet that you said to me and turned it on to you because I thought that was really funny. Where is it? Here I can look it up right here. Oh, it's because I gave Scream 5 a 1 out of fucking 5.
That's an awful take.
That's an awful movie.
Fix that.
Movie is
come on now.
Awful.
It's not
awful.
Stop it. Stop it.
It's awful. I'm sorry. It felt like a fan film, but with money. And fan films are actually good, so I'm sorry to any fan films out there because you're better than that. God, that movie really pissed me off. You know what? I didn't even want to watch it, so I'm like, I'll give it a chance because it was $6 on Prime. And I watched it, and I'm like, wow, this actually is pissing me off because it's truly atrocious in every way. Clearly, Kevin Williamson didn't write it. Clearly, Wes Craven is not around anymore, and he didn't direct it. So they brought in the dudes who made Ready or Not, which really surprised me that they was that bad. And the guy who wrote the new Independence Day wrote it. So that's a winner. And it was ass.
He's a bad writer, but come on now, Ready or Not is a good movie.
I like Ready or Not. No. I like Ready or Not. Okay. So I was surprised,
definitely,
because the direction felt like just off. It just was off. And
come on now, you didn't like the kitchen scene?
No, I didn't like any scene. I like Dewey. That's about it. Courtney Cox's Botox was really distracting. When she came on screen, I'm like, oh. So you're trying to spread awareness for bad Botox, because that's all I'm getting from your character right now. Oof.
I mean, I am from LA, to be fair.
And I know you like Friends, and she was attractive. And I hate to be like this douchebag, but Botox is bad.
She had the work done.
It really is.
Botox is bad, people. Really.
It's bad for your skin too.
Yeah. I go to this dermatologist in Cleveland, and it's they do Botox there, and the women, they're nice people. I'm not trying to be mean, but they get Botox for free, and I can clearly see that because they look like they just took an air pump and shoved it in their cheekbone and just pumped it up until it literally they look like Jack Nicholson from Batman, but worse. So I'm like, oh my god. I wish someone would tell you no, because it just Botox is a true enemy of people.
Mm-hmm.
God.
That's one thing they should have never invented.
Michael Mann should tackle a movie about Botox and how evil it is.
Oh, please.
That'd be really fun.
I don't want to see that.
I mean,
I'm sorry. I'll watch a movie about anything from him, maybe, but I don't want to see needles injecting shit into people's faces.
Black Hat?
No,
Black Hat's very good.
I'm split on that one. I don't hate it or anything, but I was just like, wow, okay.
But Chris Hemsworth is a hacker. Not only is he handsome and a hunk, but he hacks computers. So not only is he spending time working in the gym like fucking 30 hours a day, he's also hacking the government. Man, what a hero.
Yeah, Black Cat's more in the era probably of Michael Mann making more generic action blockbusters, though I'm very, very excited for Ferrari, though, whenever that comes out.
Is that a show or a movie?
Movie.
Okay.
It's a movie.
But Black Cat's kind of very a general thriller, but it still has a lot of good things going for it, I think, because Michael Mann he still has his trademark quality.
What do you guys think Michael Mann's worst movie is? I haven't seen all of his movies, so I can't really answer this. I mean, I would say Miami Vice because that's the only one I've seen I really didn't like, but what would you guys say?
Last of the Mohicans for me.
I know you told me that before, but the score is good. You told me, right?
Score is very good, and as usual for Michael Mann, he directs action sequences like he was born to. So the movie's action sequences, when they come up, are very phenomenal, and the cinematography, good too. But I don't like to tend to let movies ride on things like that unless they're especially good. Mm-hmm. So Michael Mann's movies, they all look good. So I just say the score is just really good.
David, what about you?
I'd probably say Black Hat. I don't think it's terrible though. I think it's it's like a 5 out of 10. But I need to rewatch Miami Vice first because I haven't seen it in so long.
Just don't.
I would say if you do, go with the director's cut. The director's cut's better. It doesn't change much, but it does kind of make the movie more complete in a way. I don't know. And when I've seen both versions, it's a weird movie. I don't even know how to talk about it. Brodey's right. It is just a bunch of fucking for 2 hours, but
there's nothing wrong with that because there are some movies I can't think of right now where it's fucking and it's like, you know what, this is kind of okay. What am I like? What? Let me look at my fucking shelf here.
Unfaithful.
Look,
I haven't seen that. Unfaithful is a pretty good movie.
If you enjoy like, say, I don't know, like say if you walked in on your brother just playing GTA just for a couple of hours, just watched him play GTA for a couple hours. That's just kind of like what Miami Vice is like. Just watching a bunch of crime and nudity happen for no reason. Oh. I mean,
I thought of one.
That.
I thought of one. A movie where it's nothing but fucking. God's Not Dead is a great movie about a lot of people just fucking the whole time. Great movie.
God's Not Dead.
Oh, wait. I have to say something. I think we could all agree that Christopher Nolan is a copycat of Michael Mann.
Mm-hmm.
You
totally
stop it right now. You
totally
fucking stop.
So totally.
No,
Man's ripping him off like it's his job. I'm kidding.
I mean, he did say that.
Are they friends? It seems like
no. Listen to this.
Right?
I just read the back of Heat. Okay, my deep Blu-ray. It says here, plus hours of revealing extras that include new interviews. One moderated by Christopher Nolan of the director and cast as they reflect 2 decades later on the blah 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 blah. So it's like, man, Nolan. Really, I want to see a Nolan version of Miami Vice.
I think Nolan should have made Miami Vice.
No,
really.
I want a movie with Nolan that he made where there's just fucking the whole time. Bring back Colin Farrell. Bring back that awful haircut. And who's the other actor? I always forget the other actor in that movie because it's just Colin Farrell the whole time.
Jamie Foxx? Yeah.
Yeah. You guys took a pause deep. That's my point. It's nothing but Colin Farrell.
Which yeah.
Oh my god.
Jamie Foxx, he just shows up to fuck his wife in the beginning because, fucking.
He gave the worst dialogue.
Colin Farrell fucking.
He gave the worst when they're on the rooftop and he just sounds like every crime film dialogue ever, like an AI wrote the dialogue. It sounded like that dude. Like what are they talking about? It sounded like Tenet, but not as pretentious.
Miami Vice is totally a movie like Tenet, but way better than Tenet because
I'd rather watch Miami Vice.
Yeah,
at least there's fucking.
Now you guys got to stop.
At least there's fucking and Colin Farrell. No. I'm sorry.
I'm retreating into uncharted.
No, David doesn't like Tenet because we talked about it a few episodes ago.
Hold on, though. I here's the thing. I just find it incredibly confusing. That's all it is. But I've only seen it. I saw it in theaters, and I haven't seen it since. I feel like I need to rewatch it like 4 or 5 times because I still don't understand what the fuck happened in that movie.
I just thought something that pisses me off. Tenet and The Batman are 2 Robert Pattinson films that tease that he should be fucking, but he doesn't fuck, which really makes me mad because he should have been fucking in both movies. Dead ass.
Yeah. Imagine a scene with him and Zoe Kravitz.
Dude,
wow.
Dude, there is a scene, and you know that scene I'm talking about in the house?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dude. What a great fucking movie. I fucking love it.
They have really good chemistry.
Same with dude. You know who was the MVP of that movie? Sorry, Adam, we're not gonna spoil anything, but Jeffrey Wright really was awesome as Gordon.
Yeah, Jeffrey Wright was great. But I mean, we were talking about him earlier. I think Colin Farrell is the scene stealer in that movie too.
Dude, whenever he came on screen, and you know it's him, I was like, I can't believe that's. Well, obviously we know it's him, but I couldn't believe it was him because it sounds nothing like him. Obviously he's wearing makeup, but he was so good. I love his first scene. Whoa, hey, take it easy. Like it's so fucking awesome, man. I love it.
His accent is great, and that's the thing is that he looks so fake.
I know.
That I was like,
wait,
CG, and it's like, no, that's 100% just prosthetics on him.
He looks off, but he's the Penguin, so I think it works for the world because he looks weird, but that
I don't think it's bad.
Weird.
I just think it looks so incredibly unreal. In like a good way, though.
Yeah, he does stick out, especially like at the funeral scene where he's like, wow, no kid. He does look kind of weird, but he's so great. Oh, that movie's awesome. Adam, see it immediately, please, so we can talk about
I will.
But, no, I think I can definitely see Nolan's inspiration from Michael Mann. Sorry.
You're good.
No, Nolan definitely likes Mann, which is a good thing, because, you take inspirations from your mentor, like PTA with Robert Altman.
Yeah, for sure.
And like James Cameron with a trash can. It really works out well. I
was gonna say though, I just wish PTA could actually make like a good movie worth Altman's time. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of insane that he can't make anything.
It's sad that he just blatantly copied Altman in every way and just made emotionless, cold movies like what's his name? Nolan?
Oh, like The Master?
No, like Nolan. Oh my gosh. I will say when they were nominated together in 2017 and PTA was just gushing over Dunkirk and like this is really cool to read, and then he was gushing over Phantom Thread. I'm like, this is awesome. What a year.
2017 was a really good year.
Yeah, that was a solid nominee list of directors, even though the wrong person won. Excuse me.
You're not wrong.
I like Del Toro, but The Shape of Water is...
It's something that the Oscars does all the time. They give somebody a makeup Oscar for something they should have won years earlier for.
All the time. And they're going to give PTA an Oscar
for... Del Toro should have won for Pan's Labyrinth.
Oh, completely agree. And now PTA is going to get his Oscar for his worst film. So thanks, Academy, for just stooping him over all these years.
Phantom Thread? It's not his worst movie. I feel like Hard Eight's probably his worst
movie. Fucking guy. I'm trying to do my Colin Farrell Penguin, but I'm not that good. This fucking guy. He should have been in The Sopranos. He would have fit well in that world. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Just shows up and he's talking to Tony. Hey, Tone! Whoa, take it easy. It's so awesome. Oh, man. You know who also was the MVP of that? John Turturro. I forgot to mention him in my review. He's really good in that movie.
John Turturro steals the show whenever he's on screen. And not just in this movie, in every fucking movie.
Especially
all the Coen Brothers movies.
Transformers 2. God damn, the movie's ass, but he is so funny.
By the way. He's so good.
He's so funny. Adam, have you seen Transformers, aka the best film ever made? Best film series ever made?
Seen a couple of them years ago. Remember nothing.
I remember
so nothing.
The first one with Mark Wahlberg, I saw that in theaters, and I remember he just picks up a Bud Light in the middle of the movie and just chugs it like it's a commercial, and he just goes and throws it on the ground. I'm like, did I just see a commercial in this movie? Did fucking Bay really just do that? You got money, bro. Why do you have to do this? I don't understand. Oh, the movie's ass.
There's no shame. It's really funny.
He doesn't give a fuck, and I respect him for that.
Dude, all those movies are tailor-made advertisements.
Literally. I do want to see
his new film. It all started back with Top Gun.
Really?
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Yeah, Top Gun is like military propaganda.
And the biggest...
Like through and through.
The most gay film ever made. More gay than Brokeback Mountain. Like that ending where like him and Val Kilmer like really, really, really just want to fuck each other so bad is just really funny to watch because they're not acting like that, but they're coming off so hard like they just want to fuck then and there.
It might be the most most iconic movie that to me is just so blatantly overrated. I don't understand why people like that
It's an
movie.
80s film,
Or why
bro.
people hold it up.
Yeah.
80s films are
But
popular.
everybody's just like, "Oh my god, Top Gun!" And I'm like, "Yeah, what about it? It's just whatever."
Is that also McTiernan?
No, Tony Scott.
no.
Tony Scott.
Yeah.
Oh, he's the better of the Scott brothers.
To be
Come
honest,
on,
yeah.
now,
But
stop it.
Top Gun though
Don't
is
be wrong.
low hanging
Tony
fruit.
Scott's got some good ones.
Ridley
but
made
Ridley, come
two
on.
good movies. Tony Scott was consistent, man. He made some fucking bangers, especially with Denzel.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I
Yeah,
love
I
Tony
agree with
Scott.
that. Man on Fire. I love Man on Fire.
Oh yeah, I love Did he do Taken with
Enemy of
Film?
the State is his too, right?
Yeah,
What's that?
Enemy
Yeah.
of the State. That's also Tony Scott, I think.
Yep, Enemy of the State. The Hunger is very good. The Hunger, his vampire horror flick that's really, really stylish.
that's going on the watch list right now.
Has David Bowie in it.
What? Wait, what is this called? I'm watching it tonight.
The Hunger.
You literally just
Hunger.
convinced me because of David Bowie. That's my dude.
Yeah.
Wait,
David Bowie. Yeah.
Real quick, did you guys know, this is really sad, David Bowie was supposed to play the villain in Blade Runner 2049, but he unfortunately passed away.
and then he died.
So
Yeah.
they got in an actual freak to play a freak. So I mean,
Jared Leto.
he was. I mean, look,
Yeah.
okay, he's good because he was playing himself. Denis Villeneuve's like, all right, man, just hold on, you got a camera, all right, go, and he's just talking. Fuck, Jared Leto's so fucking weird. I saw the trailer for Morpheus. Is that what it's called? The vampire Marvel movie, and it looks
Yeah,
like
it's
bad.
Morbius with a B.
Oh, Morpheus, like what?
Morpheus from the Matrix.
Oh my gosh, the Matrix.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Jared Leto's best performance probably like actual performance where he's actually stepping outside himself is probably Requiem for a Dream.
Yeah, because he had a good director to actually like fall back on.
Yeah. Everyone else I think just like how you were doing, just mimicking, just start shooting and say crazy shit. Go ahead.
Speaking of Darren Aronofsky, I know I said that wrong. I'm sorry. I cannot wait for his new film with Brendan Fraser, The Fat Man, I think it's called.
I never thought I'd see the day.
I'm very excited for
Brendan
that.
Fraser comes back to Hollywood.
With Darren
And not only
Aronofsky.
that, Yeah.
I'm so happy that he's back because he actually was really charismatic and really
He's an
awesome
actual
in a lot of the
person.
movies that he was in. Yeah.
his
he's
Mummy
awesome.
movie is great. I don't
Oh,
care
it's
what anyone
awesome.
says.
That's
I
a
love
great
that
action
movie.
film.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good action movie. It's way better than any, well, not any, but most of the 80s action schlock that people froth
I
over.
was gonna say that it feels like an Indiana Jones adventure, but with
Yes.
Brendan Fraser almost.
Yes, I completely
And the-
agree.
And the CGI for even 2002 or whatever it was, it still looks
The
actually
first
pretty
one
good
is
today.
99.
Oh,
Fuck yeah.
99, even earlier. Dude, the CGI still looks pretty okay today. Like,
Yeah, it looks
it
pretty good.
looks pretty good.
He was also in a film
I
called
really
George
like
of the
that movie.
Jungle, which was a really like I watched it as a kid.
Yeah, of course.
It's stupid as fuck, but he's so awesome in it too.
Isn't it him and Leslie Mann?
I think so. Oh, wait. He was also in a really, really, really good biopic about James Whale, the director of Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein, called Gods and Monsters with Ian McKellen, right? The British from Lord of the Rings. Is that his name?
Oh yeah.
He plays
I think
James
so,
Wales, and Brendan Fraser plays like his supporting character. I don't want to spoil it because he's actually really like Oscar really good. That's a fucking really good movie, and Brendan Fraser like really pulls off his dramatic chops. He's still like young and chiseled and like from the Mummy, but it's a great film. He's a really good actor.
It seems like because obviously he started aging a little bit, people stopped casting him, which is unfortunate. It's like, well, he's still a good actor.
Yeah.
Just because he can't play the leading man type of chiseled, good-looking dude doesn't mean he's a bad actor all of a sudden.
Just because he's not a Scientologist doesn't mean he can't be starring roles anymore.
Yeah. No kidding.
I hate Scientology.
I brought that up for
Oh my
random. We
God.
talked about that before.
I just love with South Park. I love the episode with South Park when they're making fun of it. Well, they make fun of it a lot, but one episode when they do, instead of making some really crazy out there like thing like a big parody of what they believe in, they actually do say, what they believe in, and it's literally just as funny as anything they could probably come up with.
Yeah, because the story is so stupid. I know I told you this on the phone earlier, a couple weeks ago, but Bill Burr is my favorite comedian, and he said it perfectly. He's like, talks about religion. He's like, you know what? I like Scientology because their God's name is Ron. He says it funny, of course, but it's like, oh, it's so true. His name is Ron.
Yeah. Ron.
Fucking Ron. Oh my god. What a shit show.
They worship some dead author who wrote terrible sci-fi novels.
Literally. Like the aliens come down and fuck the Earth or something? Is that really what it is?
Basically.
That's hilarious. You know what? That's clever.
The whole story is like alien come down to Earth, fuck it up.
They really come down. Sorry.
And then it's okay. But then this is like part of like the plot of that Battlefield Earth movie.
Oh my god. Great, good, so bad it's good.
Yeah. But the whole point of it though is like like a human or whatever, or like a band of humans rise up like in the resistance, you know, the part of the population that didn't get killed on the Earth. And the aliens help them get up.
I like the emphasis on those words.
I don't get it. Yeah.
Wait. Shh, be quiet. David's here. He can hear you. He can hear you talk about this. Hey, David, how's it going, man?
Good, man. I'm thinking about all the awful PTA movies that I have to watch soon.
Dude, I can't wait to talk about Scream with you in an episode and the Batman. So, Adam, our next gig's going to be the Batman versus the Dark Knight, which it won't be a debate because they're both good movies. I just think the Batman is my favorite Batman film, and obviously David prefers the Dark Knight.
I don't think we're arguing whose favorite is who. There's a difference between I think this is my favorite movie and I think this movie is just better, and that's what we're going to argue.
You know, I was going to be really nice about this, but fuck you. No, it's going to be a good discussion because obviously what's pissing me off is I'm seeing this on Twitter. People are like, is the Dark Knight really that good? Yes, you assholes. It's still good even fucking what? How many years later? It's still a good movie.
14?
Yeah, it's still a good movie. Like, calm the fuck down.
Also, another thing that we, you know, since we've again got way off track, and since this is about Heat, and since we've talked about the Dark Knight so many times, it would be unfair that we didn't mention that the Dark Knight is essentially Chris Nolan's Heat, in a way.
He takes inspiration from Heat and does his own thing, and I really like what he did. It's not a blatant copy at all. Like, I don't see any like him copying Mann at all. I mean, there's the interrogation scene. The interrogation scene with Batman and Joker is obviously reminiscent of the very great diner scene in Heat, but in the term of context of their stories, they work well for what they're going for. I actually, you know what, hot take, the interrogation scene's better than the one in Heat. I'm sorry, but that's just me. They're both good though. Sorry. Let me just
good take, whatever.
I'm gonna leave it there.
What were you gonna say, David, though?
Oh wait, sorry. What were you gonna say about what?
Weren't you gonna say something?
Yeah, I thought you were about to start something. I think Brodey then started talking.
Like always.
You know what?
No, it's okay.
I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Turned into like a PTA movie. My train of thought just like went away.
This guy.
Plot was lost.
Or a Chris Nolan movie.
Hey, take it easy, pal.
You want to lose a plot? Watch a Chris Nolan movie. Either the movie will lose it, or you will by falling asleep.
No, you don't understand. Chris Nolan is Father Time. He's been trying to tell us for 8 movies now that he is Father Time and he controls everything.
Well, I hope he can give me 2 hours of my life back after I watch Tenet.
I wish Tenet was only 2 hours. It was like 2:30 plus, I think.
God, it was long as balls, man. It was like long as hell. Okay.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, definitely. Heat and The Dark Knight is a great double feature. Let me just say that.
They're good comparisons to each other.
I would see that in theaters. That'd be cool.
Yeah, it's not a direct copy by any means. It's just a good, it's inspiration, really. Every artists do it all the time. There's no originality out there, really.
Unless you're
If you
Tarantino.
come to think about it. Yes, Tarantino, you are wholly original if you are Tarantino. I like Tarantino, he's a good man, whatever. Well, good director, probably not good man, really.
No.
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 But he's
Adam,
okay,
I'm
though.
curious. You like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
I do.
Okay. Because Brody's a bad person. He doesn't like it.
I said I liked it. I gave it a 3 out of 5.
Didn't you
I
say
know
you
he
didn't
doesn't
like
like it.
It
it?
would have
3
been
out of 5 is not a high enough rating. That's a really good movie.
Listen, I understand him. He's still an asshole, but I understand him.
okay.
He's
I'm not
such an
I'm not
asshole.
repeating myself. I already said my gripes with the ending of
Oh,
Once
but
Upon a
we
Time.
haven't had a proper sit down and a discussion of Tarantino's work in general, but specifically, Hollywood. We need to talk about that one of these days.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get to that.
Definitely.
Well, let's talk about someone better like Michael Mann. Which he's only been nominated for one movie, which I haven't seen. It's The Insider, right, Adam? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
I need to see
The
that.
Insider, yeah.
Have you seen
Very
it,
good
David?
movie.
The Insider?
Yeah.
1999.
I don't think I've seen that actually.
Yep. It's a very good. It's probably my second favorite Michael Mann film. Al Pacino comes back, and Russell Crowe is also in it. And Russell Crowe, he plays a very like a non-traditional for his his type of acting, like a character. He's very he's reserved and type a lot in the movie, which is very cool to see from him, and he pulls it off very well. And everyone else in the movie obviously is on their A game, and Michael Mann is just great. So if you like investigative journalism too, plus that's a good movie for that.
I will say I'm looking up the cast and it's got Russell Crowe and Pacino and Christopher Plummer and Philip Baker Hall. It's a great cast. I might just
Yeah, it's
check that out
stacked.
within the next couple of days actually.
I think so. I think it's still on YouTube. A year ago, I remember I still see there's like a 720p rip on YouTube, but it's probably on some streaming thing now. There's not like a lot of good physical releases out there, I don't think, of the movie. Like few and far between, I think they are.
I got an interesting question for you guys. What actor do you think would work really well with Michael Mann that he hasn't worked with before? And I just thought of one. I think Christian Bale would work really well in a Michael Mann film.
Public Enemies.
God damn it! Well, there's a reason why I forgot about that one, clearly.
Listen, that's a good movie, first of all. But
Very good movie, yeah.
I forgot he made that. Damn it. Luckily no one listens to us.
God damn, what an amateur. I didn't realize my co-host was such an amateur.
You know what? Guys, listen, I will take the L on that one. I even looked it up to see if he was in a movie with him, and I fucking didn't look it up, I guess.
Oh, look, I'll give you one.
God damn
where
it.
I actually do really want to see it, and that's Michael Fassbender.
Ooh.
Yeah. That is a good idea, yeah.
Yeah.
Because whenever I watch Shame, I'm like, I could see him giving a performance like this in like a Michael Mann movie. Granted, that's a very different movie, but like all his collaborations with Steve McQueen are so fucking good.
Shame is really good.
It was Hunger. I don't know if you've seen Hunger.
I have not seen Hunger.
Great movie too.
You know what wasn't good? Widows.
I didn't see that.
Like whatever.
Widows
It's like a
needed to
3
be
out of 5.
30 minutes longer. It was definitely cut down. It looked like it was cut down.
A lot of people touted it as like the next Heat when it came out.
No. Like not even
They
in
didn't
the same
say it.
universe.
They didn't say it. They didn't say that for word for word, but I feel like they're trying to get that on the board. Like, just no.
To be
I
fair,
didn't see it myself, but it just didn't look like that kind of movie.
Heat doesn't have Liam Neeson making out hardcore with Viola Davis.
True.
because that is something I needed to see when I first watched that movie. Weird couple to put together and have. I mean, I'm not kidding. Like hardcore, like making out. And Liam Neeson is not a good looking dude.
20 years older, right?
It was very weird, man. What the fuck? It was uncomfortable. It was like the beginning of Nocturnal Animals, but even more strange.
Yeah.
How do you get more strange than the opening of Nocturnal Animals?
Funny story, real quick. My mom saw that movie with me in theaters. My poor mom, who likes Lifetime movies and Hallmark movies, she felt bad because I was seeing it by myself because I was a fucking loser back then. So she's like, I'll go see this movie with you. And when it started, she looked over me. She's like, what are we watching? I'm like, I don't know. This wasn't in the trailer. What the fuck? How was I supposed to know that was going to happen?
Wow.
Yeah. Good movie, though. Really good. One of my favorites. Phenomenal. Masterpiece.
That's like giving a person who normally drinks water a freaking 5-hour energy drink.
No, vodka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mixed with 5-hour energy drink.
And cocaine.
Yeah, what the hell?
Michael Mann was definitely on cocaine when he made Miami Vice. There's no excuse, because he probably took a riff and said, all right, let's do another. And Colin's like, dude, this is like the fifth time. And he's like, I want another one. And he's, okay. So he does the 10th sex scene in the movie.
There's some behind-the-scenes photographs of Michael Mann holding papers. I really hope that it's not a script. I hope that all the lines in that movie were not written down. I really hope. I mean, I'm a 7 out of 10 guy on the movie, but still, yeah. I hope all of that was improvised.
I know. Well, I hate to cut this short, but we need to cut this short because
I gotta
hungry.
get going anyway too.
My fiance made tacos, and I'm gotta take that fat L from earlier and go to bed because I'm so fucking mad at myself. Do you want to say anything else before you go, Adam? Like your Twitter name, or do you not give a fuck and just I don't care, whatever you want to do?
To the people that may have listened to this, the one of you, and if you want to find me, I'm pretty sure you'll find the proper means of doing so. My contact information is 1717 Box Street. So there you go.
I like that. David, final comments.
Love Michael Mann. We should talk about him again one day. Maybe we could do like a. I'd love to do like a. We could compare notes on the different versions of like Silence of the Lambs and Red Dragon and all that shit.
Pretty cool.
Because I'd like to get into Manhunter and shit like that. And also say you should get used to taking L's since you're gonna take one the next time we talk about Batman.
All right, and this is the Film Podcast that nobody listens to. And remember, Christopher Nolan is a complete ripoff of Michael Mann. Good night, everybody.